Welcome, my dear viewers. In my video titled, What You Need to Know About the Spiritual Path, you can hear about those wise beings with great knowledge who have been reincarnated here on earth many times. They can be called master souls, or simply wise. There are very few of them, but they can be found in all parts of the entire planet, and they continuously carry out the blessed helping work. However, there are those among them who are currently between two incarnations. You should know that the more developed a soul is, the less often it incarnates on earth, and they spends more time between death and rebirth, which Buddhists call bardo. It is important to talk about the spiritual world, which is also called the afterlife or the other world. Those souls who do not remain on the earthly plane after their death and do not exist as so-called poltergeists for several decades or centuries end up in the spiritual world. Many hundreds of people who have had near-death experiences have reported very similar experiences. The first match is an out-of-body experience. In this case, the individual sees his body from the outside in a kind of floating state. It passes through objects and cannot affect the physical world, but it sees and hears everything from it. After that, you can see an extensive point of light that gently pulls you towards you. Those who do not yield to this gentle call because of some mental pain or trauma and something that ties them to their past life can become a poltergeist for a while. When the soul enters the luminous phenomenon, it experiences the so-called tunnel effect. It's like walking through a glowing tunnel, at the end of which there is also a large point of light. This is usually followed by the experience when the individual's entire past life flashes in front of him almost in seconds, and he experiences when he caused joy to someone and also when he caused suffering. Leaving the tunnel, the soul finds itself in the spiritual world. Most people who have had a near-death experience report that they experienced infinite happiness and peace. Usually, the soul is awaited here by the spirit of its deceased relatives or its spiritual helper, who in all cases is a master spirit. Those master souls who are not active in the physical world, in a human body, help and teach in the spiritual world. Near-death experiences end here, because those who came back were then told that they still had work to do on earth. At such times, these individuals return to their physical bodies with reluctance and sadness. These people always report that they long to return to the state they lived in and encourage everyone not to be afraid of death, because it is not a terrible experience at all. On the contrary, it is a very pleasant and joyful experience. Don't be afraid of gratitude either, and don't be afraid of subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it interesting, please share it with others. Let there be as many awakening spirits as possible.